Welcome to Geeks Between Worlds, the crossover podcast where pop culture collides.
What is up, everybody? Thank you for joining us for Geeks Between Worlds Goes to the Movies. This week, we saw Alien Covenant, the Ridley Scott masterpiece? We'll talk about it. We're with Steven Scotthorn. Steven, how you doing?
Doing pretty good. Thanks for listening. GBW out.
What was that?
I just wanted to see what people would do.
What if
That's all they needed to hear.
What if they stopped? Wow.
Well, what if they're into it?
And they're just like, that was captivating.
Yeah, they're just
Now
like, this has never happened before.
Steven went against the grind.
Yeah.
And totally tricked on the host, and now the host is fucked up.
Yeah, and well, they're fucked up too. Everyone's fucked up.
We're
except
all
me.
fucked up
I'm
because
not
of you.
fucked up.
Wow.
I mean, maybe I'm a little fucked up for doing that.
Is Alien Covenant a little fucked up? I don't know.
It's a little fucked
We're
up.
gonna get
We're gonna
into
get
it though. So first off, what did you think of the movie?
I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it?
I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun movie.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, a fun movie.
Fun movie.
Like,
If you're going in and you're not putting too much thought into it, and you just want to see some nice stuff and some
you see spaceships.
you see spaceships,
You see planets.
you see wheat.
You see wheat.
Yeah,
Where'd the wheat come from?
exactly.
Exactly.
You see a lot of stuff, and yeah, as long as you
The
don't
inside
put
of a
too much
ship?
thut into it.
You think it's
It was
enjoyable?
a movie. It was a summer flick.
Summer flick. All
Yeah.
right. Do you think, since you've seen Aliens, Predator, you're into those types of things? It's something that fan would go see.
Yeah.
And then you feel like you have to fill that hole, right?
Yeah. No, yeah.
Like,
If you
this
like,
movie is out, you got to fill that hole with it.
You haven't seen an Alien movie in a while. You've seen a Ridley Scott movie, but not a pure Alien movie. And there also hasn't been a Predator movie since, what was it,
yeah.
Predators, plural?
Well, yeah, Predators, which I thought was actually pretty good.
I thought that was a pretty good
Yeah.
movie too. So of course, yeah, if you haven't seen those in a while, I mean,
Yeah,
you're gonna watch.
You're
this
gonna fill
movie.
that hole
Yeah,
with it.
You're, gonna watch
You're
it.
waiting for it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And another Predators, it's on its way with
Yeah.
Keegan from Key and Peele and Olivia Munn. The cast is set up to be perfect.
Yeah, it's just gonna blow everything
Yeah,
out of the water. But then I don't know. Keegan
No,
could be
yeah,
pretty awesome.
yeah. That's gonna be great. I'm gonna love to see, especially if he like really tries to play somewhat serious. But man, Olivia Munn, I don't know about that, man. I saw. Have you seen Office Christmas Party?
I have not seen it yet.
I feel like it's questionable as well.
Yeah.
Questionable movie. And Olivia Munn, like, you walk in and like she's sitting at like a desk, like playing, like it looks like she's playing a game or on a computer with like big gaming headphones on, and you're like, wow, they use the Olivia Munn G4 trope. Like
They
right away
totally
you
did.
think
That's
that right away. So
I mean,
but-
she wasn't that great in X-Men.
Yeah, but at the same time, I had fun with Office Christmas Party, just like you had fun with Alien Covenant.
Yeah,
So.
I think I probably would have had more fun with Office Christmas.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'll be honest with
yeah,
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So
It's not Christmas.
yeah, were you excited for this movie coming out?
I was pretty excited, except for the name. I wasn't excited about the name.
Didn't like Covenant.
Didn't like the name. Yeah.
What's
I
up
was
with-
like, what's going to happen? Especially with what Covenant turned out to be in the movie.
Yeah.
Total letdown.
Yeah, you think?
Total
Like
letdown.
from a title
Yeah,
standpoint?
from a title standpoint,
Yeah.
pick a better title.
I always think Covenant 2 of also just like, I don't know, like witches naturally.
Yeah.
Like you think of Covenant the other way, but
Well, I was
and
hoping for
wasn't,
alien
I wasn't
witches.
expecting witches.
I was
at
hoping
all.
for alien witches. I was really hoping for them to have.
I just
start
thought that it was a
floating
strange
around.
pick of words. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
Like do you remember like the 2004 release Covenant about all the dudes that were
The dudes with the magic?
With the magic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I just thought it was such a weird title. But
definitely.
I was excited for an Alien. Fuck yeah, I love Alien, dude.
Yeah.
I even
No, yeah,
love
it's great.
Alien Isolation.
I was
the
about to say,
PS4
did you ever
game.
finish that one?
No, halfway through.
Probably because it's so fucking long.
It is. It's so long. It's so long, and like, yeah. But the xenomorph's dope, and he'll get you.
He'll get ya.
He'll get you, and you get scared when it happens. And the synths are really good because you just know that synths are bastards anyway. If you just, well, I mean, sometimes they're not, but you know what I mean. Generally,
What's scarier, Alien Isolation, or what was the horror game we just played?
Outlast 2.
Outlast 2?
Outlast. Well, from where I am, Outlast 2, but it's because
Just the very beginning.
It's because, well, yeah.
Have you played any more?
I haven't played anymore, so we're still like
I
in
don't
the first
blame
2
you.
hours of it.
Don't
so.
blame you.
Yes, but it's just scarier in a different way. It's more of a suspense than like really fucked up shit going on.
True.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
this alien's just killing people.
Which I feel like the first one was a little more suspense, but the second one, yeah, it's just fucking straight.
Yeah,
horror.
it's really fucked up.
Straight
Outlast
horror.
2 is fucked up.
It is messed up.
But anyway, so getting back to Alien, you're supposed to ask what I think of the movie, man. You didn't really even like segue into that. Sometimes you're supposed to like get in there and you got to step up.
I mean, I knew what you thought of the movie. Let's hear it. What did you think of the movie?
I thought that movie was terrible.
Terrible.
I'm not gonna lie. But there's some good things about it though, and I kind of want to cover that before like I get into anything else.
Okay.
Alien was represented great. The xenomorph was a
Yeah.
great representation. You see him in 2 forms. We're not going to get really into much spoilers in this cast, by the way, just so you know. It'll be spoiler free up until the very beginning, and then at the end, if we choose to do a little bit of spoiler stuff, we'll let you know. But yeah, as far as that, yeah, you do see the alien in 2 different ways, and I like how it was represented. Very, very good action scenes, some good kills, definitely some good kills, some great kills.
Yeah.
It actually led to a little bit of disturbing imagery, which I thought was very cool. Something that worked with those scenes was the ambient music choice that they decided to do with the movie. As far as every other scene in the movie, it was horribly scored, I thought. But when they did, like when we led to see Alien like chomping down on somebody, and like how Alien is like sitting, and like how it looked with like that weird like twang music in the background, I thought those scenes worked really well. I really liked that.
See, and I never thought of with the music, none of the scores. Maybe it's not like memorable. Like I'm not going to remember. But for me personally, I don't think any of it ever took me out of the movie.
There was so many shots of the ship with no sound behind it. It was dreadful. Like you know when you see that Breaking Bad clip when they're all sitting at the table and nobody talks, and like it goes on forever, but when you're watching the show you never really realize that. Like that's going to be Covenant when I think people look back to it. You're gonna be like, wow, there was so much emptiness in the movie. But anyway, but before, like I said, I didn't want to get too much into that. Another thing that it represented well was like we know where the first xenomorph came from, and it gave us more insight to how everything was created and why it was created, which is really interesting, I think. Like to find out what you do, like about the movie and how the xenomorph is what it is, I think that's super interesting, and I didn't expect it to take that turn at all.
And I like the fact that it took that turn. But going back to Prometheus, and there was always the rumor that after Prometheus ended, that it was going to split into two.
Yeah.
I think they still should have done that, because what they kind of ended up doing, without putting too much spoilers into it, is they just basically said, you know that other storyline? Fuck it.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Let's just throw it in the corner and just don't even worry about it.
Super lightly.
Don't hardly address it.
Yeah.
And also make sure none of the characters address it either.
Yeah.
None of them are like, the fuck are we doing on this planet?
Yeah, after
with what are these other aliens? There's other aliens.
Yeah,
these guys are human looking.
Yeah, there was.
Were they humans?
Yeah.
Did they create No,
Yeah.
they're not going to think of that. They're too busy running.
Yeah, they really. So here's the thing: is this cast is a set of colonists. You know, they have a crew of 8 or 9. And they have 2,000 or more colonists on board.
Which already starts it off really good. Reminds me of Passengers too, by the way. I didn't think about that till now.
I just thought that the crew was too small, like for that like type of thing. Like I thought that was kind of strange. A crew member dies right at the beginning. Yeah. I knew about this cameo. You did
James
not.
fucking Franco.
Yeah.
Are we talking about this? Because I just said it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It happens.
James fucking
It happens. It's literally the first thing that happens in the movie.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Yeah.
All I can say is if James Franco lived, none of this shit would have gone down. Everyone would have survived. He would have been cracking jokes while he's killing fucking aliens. Yeah.
No, seriously. Yeah. It is the first thing that happens in the movie.
I think, I think that's why it slowly went.
I think if you looked up the movie at all, I think you realized you knew that James Franco was going to be in it? Because it was a known thing. It was a known thing that James Franco had a cameo in it.
I feel like I kind of remember it and everything. And if I saw James Franco, it would have been like, oh, yeah, I do remember he was in this. But what I didn't make sense was I didn't see his face before, he died and everything.
When you see his face is squished up, kind of.
Yeah, so I didn't
So it kind of distorts it. I knew it right away.
I just saw the video, and all of a sudden I'm just like, wait a second, that's James they killed James Franco in the first 5 minutes of this movie. So that was definitely unexpected.
Was crazy. And it was weird too, coming from a stance too, to where it was like I was like expecting, I don't know, somewhat a lot from the cameo.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And like he didn't even have a real line. He didn't. Yeah,
Yeah,
like he talked into a camera, like it's a little, yeah. So it was weird, but
he was in another picture with the crew too.
Okay. Now another thing that I want to get to, in my opinion, is the cast. Since we broke into the James Franco, I love how you didn't know. I thought that you knew that, and we were watching the movie, and you just looked at me and you were like, "That's James Franco," and I was just like, "Yeah, man."
They killed James.
Holy shit!
Well, I see, and it just confused me because I could have sworn James Franco was coming back.
Yeah.
I was like, they're gonna find a way.
Yeah.
He's gonna come back as an alien, as a xenomorph somehow.
Yeah.
James Franco, the xenomorph, didn't happen.
Yeah, exactly. So that would have been dope as fuck. Like with the little mustache.
Yeah.
God damn it. Okay. So the cast. Okay, we have a pretty much barren cast, I would say, other than Michael Fassbender and Danny McBride.
Yeah. They're the only ones you're really gonna remember.
Yep. And Danny McBride really also isn't much in the movie, and when he is, Danny McBride's talking at a screen.
Yeah.
That is his role, is the guy that talks at the screen.
Yeah.
So I think the main character, our female protagonist, was great. Now, I feel like at sometimes she didn't do a lot. Going into this Alien Covenant movie, I know everybody's gonna die. Like, I have the biggest feeling that mostly everybody's gonna die, right?
Or one person would survive.
So I didn't feel like I needed to attach to any character.
Yeah.
That's kind of something that sucked. Is like I already felt attachment because I know everybody's gonna die. It still hasn't reached Alien yet, It serves a bridge, but like it still leaves more to offer,
Yeah.
So it's I just wasn't ready to be prepared to like anybody. Well, not really like anybody, but I wasn't prepared to like hold on to them for sentimental value.
Yeah.
So
same here.
So her character, like I just didn't care about, unfortunately, even though I think she played the role really good.
Yeah, she did good.
Yeah, she did good.
Towards the end when she was kind of a badass too.
Yeah, exactly. Did good.
Did good.
But it was just sad because I didn't feel like I needed to care for her.
Yeah.
So,
are we gonna see her again? Like,
yeah, I don't think so.
Big shoulder shrug.
Yeah,
probably
exactly.
Not.
So, and then now you got Michael Fassbender.
Yep.
What are your thoughts on Michael Fassbender?
I love Fassbender.
Do you?
Everything about him.
I really like Michael Fassbender too.
Yeah, I love him.
What'd you think of him in this movie?
Got a double dose of Fassbender.
You get a double dose. Double dose, and there's some weird scenes. We're not going to go into it.
Very weird.
Very weird scenes. You said that it didn't exactly hinder to it, but it was like what the fuck moments.
Yeah, his everything to do with him was just weird in this movie because we knew he was in the last one.
Yeah.
So we're like, is this a different character?
Yeah, because
we
know
already
about
you're
since,
confused.
Since they could be the same person sometimes and stuff like that. People look the same.
Exactly, but still, like we were like, what? And then the opening scene, makes you even more confused.
Yeah, exactly.
Way more.
You're looking for explanation, and they explain it a little bit.
Barely.
Yeah. So Fassbender comes in, and now I feel you said you loved him.
I love his character.
You love him.
I didn't mind.
Didn't mind it.
So I love the actor. I didn't mind the characters per se in this movie, except for his actions were extremely predictable.
Yeah.
Like 100%. You're like, okay, everything I just did a reference. You guys couldn't see that, but it was like, oh, I wonder why he's doing that.
Yeah.
No, right away. Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought his character was. I feel like the big action that Michael Fassbender does in the movie. You know the thing.
Very short.
There's just a climax to his character where you find out that he does something, and I actually didn't really see that coming at all. Like I didn't expect that.
Really?
I really didn't. I didn't expect that.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, something's happened to where I just didn't, and then I found that out. I was like, fuck. But it's funny because when you find that out, there it's like in a flashback cutscene, and it just happens randomly.
Yeah.
Like, it's so randomly put in the movie. Like, they're talking, and like you're kind of like seeing a monologue into the sun, and like it cuts so quickly, it doesn't like lead into it. It's just happens, and all of a sudden like you're in a past event, and you're like, what the fuck's going on? Yeah, it's weird. And then it goes back, and then you're like, okay, that was a weird cutscene.
Yeah, see.
Yeah, but it was like a super important cutscene, but it was like, so I like that aspect of it. Like I said, I didn't expect that to happen. Unfortunately, I did not like Michael Fassbender's character.
Okay.
There was so many awkward scenes, and I feel like even though I've watched Prometheus and I saw who David was in the first movie, that was not the character in this movie.
And he definitely wasn't, but it was interesting for me, again, where it was just, questions after question, where it was like, all right, so something happened to him, but what? Maybe they'll answer it. Did they? Not exactly.
Yeah, they did and they didn't.
Yeah, so I mean, it's that, and that's his motivations were just confusing, and the reasons why his character arc and what ended up happening with him and everything, it didn't make sense. Even if you did watch Prometheus, and you had all the backstory, they didn't answer what happened to him.
Yeah,
in any aspect.
Yeah, he has a drive that makes him do some pretty serious stuff, and you're just like, oh, this is pretty serious, but you're like, I don't know why he's doing that. You know what I mean? Seems like there's almost needs to be like a 30-minute movie between Prometheus and him. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
There's something that is missing right there.
Yeah, or they should have just added it to the movie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They should. I mean, we did get 45 minutes of pretty much nothing at the beginning of that movie.
And I mean, that's build up. I get it, but
no, that was way too long a build up. And what was sad with me in the trailers, you see that they go to the planet, right? And it's a quiet planet. Okay, well, it kind of felt like it took a long time to get to there, and then once we got on the planet, I was like excited, but then I was like, fuck, still nothing's gonna happen for a little bit because the planet's barren.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was so weird. Like, I was excited. I was like, nice, we're at the planet now, this shit's gonna go down. And I was like, fuck, I gotta wait still. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that something's weird about this movie is that, okay, I'm going to sell you a Xenomorph movie right now. Here's an Aliens movie, Steven.
Boom.
There's 3 things that are always going to happen in a Xenomorph movie, right? Okay. Number 1, you're going to see a Xenomorph. Pretty simple, right? It's a Xenomorph movie.
And face huggers.
You're going to see face huggers, and they're going to hug a face.
Yeah.
Right? And then
human? Who knows? You can, yeah.
And then what else are you going to see? A chest burst.
Yeah.
Okay? Why does it take 55 minutes for us to get there? You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason for that. Like,
and then that also introduces another question is, we kind of mentioned that there's 2 different versions of the Xenomorph that is shown, but the other kind of version, they don't explain how did that happen, like, because it has a different method of invading the host.
I like that.
It was interesting, but they again, a question they didn't touch upon once.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And where that, because something kind of happens too that's a little bit different in the franchise. It's not exactly a face hugger, and something happens and you're like, why does that even happen?
Yeah, I can't wait for this to be explained.
Yeah, and then it's like nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
So okay, so now here's some things. Is there anything else that you would like to say on the movie?
Yeah, I would go. So it's funny how I was like, I thought it was a fun flick and everything, and then I go into, well, they did this wrong, they did like. With everything that they did wrong, I still think it is a fine movie. Like, it's still got pretty good action in it. It makes you question a lot of stuff. If you like aliens at all, that's interesting. And some of the characters, especially when they start offing them off kind of quickly and everything, it was still a good movie. I still liked it. So, but like I said, you kind of want to go into it. Just don't put a lot of thought into it. If you're gonna really try to critique it, you're gonna end up not liking it because they could have done much better with it. But at the same time, if you just want like a funny flick to bring your girlfriend to and have her
because
get a
you
little
will
scared.
laugh at a lot. You will laugh at a lot of serious parts in this movie. We both did, and I feel like other people were around us too. And I don't know if you noticed, but like for the first half of the movie, everybody was extremely restless in the theater. People were getting up. They were just getting up, going, getting up, going, getting popcorn, walking back and forth. Like nobody was like just in it. Like they were just like everybody eventually got to the point to they're like, all right, I don't think nothing's gonna happen again. I'm gonna go get popcorn.
Yeah. No, I've seen people post saying that, you know, at their theater people were laughing a bunch. So I think it was pretty common that a lot of people
were laughing at serious scenes. Yeah, it happens though. But like I said, the second half of the movie is the movie. Yeah. The first half of the movie isn't the movie. That's the weird thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you don't need that much of a build-up for an Alien movie when you know that it's still a prequel to Alien.
I think they were trying to build it up and make it something different. Not exactly like an old Alien movie. They're like, we're going to have a build-up. We're going to have all these questions, but they just executed it poorly.
But next time though, I think if they do the ambient music, you know, in a correct way, because and they did put a little bit more thought into the score, because I think the score could have really helped the movie a lot. Like if it wasn't just such a silent movie, like with really really low volume of, like I just feel like you would have just been more intrigued with what was happening. Yeah. You know, but I think Blade Runner is going to succeed from that.
Well, Blade Runner or like
because
another.
It's going to be an artsy movie. That's something that I feel like they try to make this movie stylish, but Alien isn't stylish.
Or like Arrival. You know, also super slow burn, super slow. Yeah. But it's a great film because they executed it right, and that works for those movies. But you're right. We want to see blood.
Yeah, there's nothing stylish about Alien. Exactly. You know what I mean? It's dark. It's you know, it's corridors. It's a spaceship. Yep. You know, and it's just blackness. It's darkness. You know, we don't need to try to make it an artsy movie. But like I said, I think Blade Runner will pay off hugely with that.
Well, and you're supposed to be a little scared during Alien movies, I'd say. Were you scared whatsoever in this movie?
I mean, I never like jumped from my seat.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I really don't think I was. Like maybe when you kind of saw one of the other versions of the xenomorphs, there's a couple scenes where it was like that was creepy. That was creepy. But I definitely wasn't
think
scared.
Disturbing imagery will actually trump being scared, which I think pays off though. Like I said, there's two scenes you see in the trailer. You see like someone like shaking convulsively.
That actually was
that scene leads to a really gory, like disturbing scene, which I really thought.
But I would say that scene was better than the after scene. Like oh man, that was actually really
fucked up.
Hard to
but
watch.
I think when he's like. I did a gesture.
But
right after that, I just thought like just the shot was just like that's a gruesome
it was
picture.
Definitely gruesome.
So when the white xenomorph is out there and he's bent down and his knees are like super jagged and he's like bending over, you have a gray tone behind him. And he's eating the red blood. Mm-hmm. I think that picture was fucking perfect. Like that was my favorite part of the movie was that shot. I was like, that is so fucking nice looking. Yeah. Like that was, and they have like that, and you're like, dude, that fucking sounds perfect. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like how I was mentioning Blade Runner earlier, now I want to get into some future films right now. We were very excited for this movie. So reportedly, we're going to be getting another Alien movie filming within the next year and a half. So that's pretty nice. And are you going to still be excited for the next one?
I still am, because I think every director looks at, you know, the critiques of other people and everything, and hopefully he'll kind of try to, like, he already tried something different by doing Prometheus. This one was a little bit closer to, all right, you guys do want Alien, definitely. Let me go and make an Alien movie. But I think now he's gonna just be like, all right, well, let me just make a true Alien movie. Now that he's officially kind of gotten out the rest of the baggage, I would say, from Prometheus. Yeah. So I think, you know, I'm excited for it. I want to see another one, and I'm hoping it'll be better. If it's not, it's an Alien movie, you know.
You're gonna see it.
I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it too. Definitely. That's exactly how I feel. Like you have to. Yeah. Like I said, if you're an Alien fan and you've watched every Alien movie, you have to see this movie as well. Like, I mean, you have to fucking sit through it, but you gotta watch it.
It's like you have a horrible team for football, and you know you're like, fuck. Well, they're probably gonna lose, but I gotta
playing
watch
fantasy football, and you're 7 games in and you got 1 win, and you're like, fuck. Well, I'm still gonna change my lineup.
Yeah. You know,
All
it
right.
happens.
That's good. That's good. I like that. I like that analogy. That actually makes me excited. I was gonna go on about how like I'm like, nah, I'm not really excited about it now, and like it's still. I feel like it. I mean, it can connect to Alien, but like if you did, you'd have to have another split out to where you still have information that's left. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's still technically the next one is a prequel movie. Still, you know what I mean? We're on this big prequel path, and it's just gonna be weird. Like, is there gonna be anything ever after this? Like, whatever happens after what we know? You know what I mean? Like, what happens after Alien Resurrection? You know, like what?
I think it'll come, but who knows when?
Yeah, because it's definitely not coming in the next 3 years.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
Yeah, so
definitely not in the next movie. Maybe the one after.
Yeah, maybe.
Who knows?
I mean, and that'd be nice too if they do one prequel movie and then they do the Aliens 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Supposedly that was scrapped, and you know all this stuff. We saw concept art of Sigourney Weaver like in a xenomorph suit, like if they made suits, and that was going to be like the fifth movie and stuff like that. Well, supposedly now Ridley Scott says no, that was never going to happen. It was scrapped, and now I'm like Ridley Scott. Oh, I bet you're going to pick that back up. I bet you after this movie you're going to be like, I'm sorry for what I said. Let me just take a look at your script. You know what I mean? Like that conversation's gonna take place sometime.
At
you know
some
what I mean?
point, yeah.
Like fuck. Okay, maybe I shouldn't do another prequel movie and keep going off prequels. Like I do have to make Aliens 5. You know?
I mean, I really feel like he just decided maybe I can't do this branching movie with Prometheus. I just can't do it. So I'm just gonna make an Alien movie and just kind of scrap that stuff in it. So it's just I think he knows now. I mean. Obviously, I don't know if he's got it in him.
I feel like if Blade Runner does really good, then it's gonna be like that studio's like, okay, like you produced this, maybe he didn't direct it, you know what I mean? But his name's still gonna be on Blade Runner. It does well. He's gonna be coming off a win, and then like it's gonna be like, okay, we're gonna still let you do free range of what you want to do, you know what I mean? Like Ridley Scott definitely doesn't have days numbered, you know what I mean? He's not like Zack Snyder and Patty Jenkins creeping up on him with those Wonder Woman scores.
Damn.
I bet you Zack Snyder shaking in his fucking boots.
Yeah,
He's seeing people. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, Wonder Woman's amazing," and he's like, "Fuck, man!" Like all they have to do is say, "Zack Snyder, we're gonna give you the Flash. You know what? You're off Justice League 2. We're gonna give you the Flash and see if you could actually do this." But other than that, Patty Jenkins is going to oversee everything because she just fucking saved us with Wonder Woman. I hope that happens.
I'm still super skeptical, and I'm not getting my hopes up. I'm gonna probably half enjoy the movie. But I mean, is it going to be a really good DC movie? I'm not going to even try to think about that until it comes out.
Just saying, people are saying right now from pre-screenings that
people.
it is.
I don't trust people.
Well, no,
Last time I trusted people, didn't end well.
I feel like that had been probably with me.
Most likely.
Yeah.
It just didn't end well.
Yeah.
Well, I got a question for you, Oscar.
Okay. What do you got?
I haven't.
You got into it that time.
Yeah.
All right. I like that. I like that when you charge. I like that.
I always charge.
You're like, I'm gonna fucking do this full speed ahead. I'm the bull.
Like a ride-on.
Like a ride-on.
That has agility increased on it. Anyways, I haven't seen the Alien movies in a while. I'll admit I have seen them all, but it's been a long time, so I can't answer this question myself very well. So I'm gonna ask you because I know you've seen them recently.
I've seen every single Alien movie, including AVPs and Prometheus, within the year.
How would you rank them?
All right. So you asked me this pretty quickly before, and I was like, damn, probably should have thought of a ranking anyway. You know, why didn't I rank them? But now I officially ranked them, okay?
All right.
I'm going to give, like, why I picked these movies, too. I just feel like it's so important. This is such an important ranking. Like, you had me do it, wasn't thinking about it. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm like, this is so important. Like, especially for what Alien will become, you know, because I feel like at some time, you're on a roller coaster, okay? You're on a roller coaster. You're going up and down, up and down. I feel like it's just kind of been on the down recently, you know? And, I mean, I would say more of these movies are considered not good movies than the total. Like, if you include Alien vs. Predator, 8 films total, more of them are kind of considered not that great. So
Yeah,
it's
that
like,
makes
you know,
sense.
we got to see what happens.
It's just iconic.
Yeah, it is iconic, and that's
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah.
But is that the problem, Steven? Is that the problem?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe just need to let something die a bit. So, I don't know. I mean, they kind
Or
of
just
did
give
let
it to
Alien
someone
die.
else.
They kind of did let Alien die.
Yeah.
But they should have just marketed Prometheus as a fucking Alien movie. Makes them...
I swear to God, Ridley Scott was just like, nah.
I know. No,
I
he
swear
did.
it
He
has
did.
nothing to do with aliens. I can't wait until they watch this movie.
Yeah, no, in interviews, he was just like, no, it's not. And, he, you know, I respect trying to keep that secret and stuff, but, I mean, it would have just done better. It would have just done better. Well, it's weird, though, because I at least marketed a prequel to Alien. You know what I mean? Don't say it's an Aliens movie. You know, you're not going to see a xenomorph.
Because it like wasn't until like the very end, and that's why. Because I mean, he did try to do his own thing, and again, I just don't think that own thing panned out, and I think that's why this movie was just
the only idea of Prometheus is that I like is that like the movie wasn't Alien. The movie's not about Alien, but you know what happened? Destiny and universe happened, and the universe accidentally did this thing to where this life form and this other life form finally met, and then it creates Alien. And I think that's so cool, because isn't that what the universe is creation? Just this simple beyond creation that none of us understand. That was the cool thing of Prometheus.
Now you sound like a certain character in this movie.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
I never thought of it like that. Never thought of it like that.
Yeah.
But you get what I'm saying, though. Like, that's a cool aspect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what I like about Prometheus.
And then they scrapped it.
Now I understand the character's motivation.
Yeah.
We unlocked the motivation through thought, Steven.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay, I'm going to get to my rankings. Alien, my number one.
Of course.
Okay? I was gonna go back, but no. We're not going to do that, because I feel like you automatically know what number one and number two are.
If you had another one, it would have been bad.
Yeah, Alien. Okay, now this is the reason why. Number one, that movie is more of a horror movie than anything else.
Yeah.
That is a horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
If you watch that as a kid, you're going to be scared. You know? It also leads to some very disturbing imagery, and that's also partly because of the year it was made. It was made in the late 70s, man. I mean, it's not even in the 80s yet.
Good time for horror movies.
And it was this sci-fi thing too, to where they didn't try to over sci-fi. You know what I mean? Like they could have saw what Star Wars done, and they could have blown this shit up to proportion, you know, and done this really big thing. No, but instead
they made it claustrophobic.
Instead they made it small and dark, and you still kind of. I didn't live in the late 70s, you know.
Or did we?
Whoa.
We didn't.
Yeah. I mean, unless if you believe in reincarnation.
Oh, creation.
Yeah. Oh, shit. No, okay. No, we're not going to go into creation. No. So Alien comes out, right? And I feel like the ships, the way things are, like, it's just not trying too hard. Like, everything looks still really basic. It looks like a regular ship, kind of how you'd think. And something that I respect through all of the Alien movies is they never really try to change that. Like, the doors, the way ships are built, like, they all kind of look the same. And I really appreciate that. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, second, Aliens. Now, this turns a horror movie into an action movie because it's the 80s. You love 80s action movies, you know?
Yeah. It just makes sense.
You get a good soundtrack every now and then. I mean, so many benefits to 80s action movies. So what do you do to bring in everybody that loved Alien, the shocker movie that you didn't think would do good, and now they're thirsting for some more xenomorph? You do a ton of xenomorphs, xenomorphs. Yeah. You bring big old fucking guns in. Not even just big guns. You bring a fucking little army. You bring an army with guns. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, right there, this already is sounding better. Exactly. You know what I mean? They're climbing on the walls. The FX are a little bit better than what it was in the late 70s now. You got Bill Paxton, R.I.P. Bill Paxton. He was a great guy. I actually love a lot of his roles. This role actually probably being my favorite Bill Paxton role. Because Bill Paxton had that era to where he was that goofball crazy guy in movies, and then all of a sudden he was like the serious guy, like your dad type of dude, and it was just such an evolution of roles for Bill Paxton. That guy's fantastic. Yeah. So and then you also have I can't remember his name, but he is the good Terminator from the original Terminator movie that totally bangs Sarah Connor. You know what I mean? Yeah. And he says the classic line, "Stay frosty." Okay, so there's so many things to love. I just fell in love with Alien because it was a horror, and then I came to appreciate Aliens because it's an action completely different movies. You know what I mean? Then you also have the aspect of Ripley being older because she's been in space. You know, everyone she loved is dead. She's alone in space kind of now. And
I just like the xenomorphs.
Yeah.
I'll be completely honest with you. I probably watched this series for the first time when I was like 11.
And you were like, aliens are dope.
Yeah, I just love the aliens.
Nice.
I remember going to Blockbuster.
Yeah.
And specifically waiting so I can rent all of them.
Yeah.
You remember Blockbuster?
I remember Blockbuster. Right. Okay, now get into my third pick, okay? Alien 3. Now, Alien 3, I like Alien 3. A lot of people don't like Alien 3. That's fine. It is where it starts to taper off. That's totally understandable. But I feel like if you watch Aliens 3 and then you watch Alien Covenant, you're going to be like, I think maybe Aliens 3 was better. But it's a weird thing. So you got Aliens 3, right? And it comes with that iconic scene of them not attacking Ripley because there's something special about Ripley. All of a sudden you realize, oh no, there's something special about Ripley that xenomorphs aren't trying, like, you're telling me they kind of did the Terminator 2 effect, okay? Terminator always going after Sarah Connor, you know, and then all of a sudden it's like, nah, I'm not going to kill you. And you're like, whoa, plot twist. They do that for Alien 3. I think it pays out. You know, and like I said, you get the shower scene to where it goes right up to her and then the tongue comes out and she's all bald and the water's hitting her, you know. Iconic scene, especially for the Alien franchise. So that's really appreciated. Now, next for 4, Prometheus. Prometheus is a good movie. I feel like I need to watch it one more time because I feel like a lot of people say that Alien Covenant is better. And for me, I think, like I said, if you do, like if Prometheus is a standalone movie and it's not connected to Alien and you always think about that other than the connection to at the end and it's a standalone movie, I think it's better. You know what I mean? For the story it tells. You know, agree. But the same thing is too is that out of all these movies, Prometheus to me is not an Alien movie. And that's why I think that way. I think that's why it stands above Alien Covenant. Because I'm holding Alien Covenant to alien standards. I'm holding Prometheus to non-alien standards. Yeah. So that's what happens. So and then next for 5 is Alien Covenant. Okay, we just talked about it. You know how I feel. I think there's certain things that do pay off, but it's more paying off in a sense of a futuristic value.
Yeah, I would say especially since this one's right under it, Prometheus really sets up Alien Covenant to be a good movie. You know, it really sets it up like, oh shit, Prometheus was awesome. It was pretty good. And plus it's even better because it turns out it was secretly an alien movie, which blew everyone away. So it really set it up. It's just like, here you go, Alien Covenant. And it
kind of misses the boat. I feel like it just came out too late.
So yeah, it completely makes sense that it would be like that in your ranking.
Yeah, so next, Alien Resurrection. To where I really like the concept of bringing back Ripley, doing this stuff. You get the human / xenomorph that has eyeballs, like, in his skull. Like, there's no connective tissue of the eyeballs to bring them forward. The eyeballs sit behind the skull, you know, so, like, just a whole bunch of fucked up genetics there, and it just leads to really weird scenes, super weird imagery, and it's just kind of cringeworthy to where, like, I think it's cool because it's also our newest Alien movie, you know what I mean? So I mean it was in the later 90s, you know, so it has good technology behind it, but yeah, they use that good technology to make skull xenomorph, like human skull, like Skeletor xenomorph. That's what they made, you know, so that's super weird.
Would that be the latest in the timeline as well?
Yes, that would be the latest in the timeline as well. So, and that's exactly where Alien 5 would have came back to, where now Ripley's in this suit, blah, 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 and all these things. So, but which I guess is never going to happening, but I bet you he's thinking that it might happen now. Now, if you add in AVP and AVP2, depending on if you want to put them in this ranking, I move Alien Covenant down to 6, and I put AVP at 5.
Okay.
Prometheus, then AVP, then Alien Covenant. I have a weird liking for AVP because it's just fucking what you want. Like, like if someone was just like, yo, you want to buy a ticket to watch an alien predator fight? You're like, fuck yeah, I'll buy that ticket, bro.
Yeah, it's it's like Freddy versus Jason.
Exactly.
You gotta.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta.
It's an early 2000s movie that doesn't try to do too much technology, so it ends up looking really good in a temple, in ruins and stuff like that, which is a good setting because you've never seen Alien in that setting.
Yeah.
So there's some things that pay off to where the story doesn't matter at all. Alien is still always the bad guy, and now Predator is like a good guy, which was a weird twist, but things happen. And then I also move Alien Resurrection to 7, and instead of Alien Resurrection being my last in the list, AVP2 is last in the list. I just don't like it. I can't even I don't know what it is, man. It has more action than a lot of these movies. But it's in Colorado, my homeland, and then the alien kind of looks dumb. I don't know. It's just weird. It's just weird.
Yeah, you would assume you'd like it if it was in your homeland.
But it sucks. So it's like a disgrace.
Sucks.
Colorado's pretty dope.
We don't have a lot of movies that are based in Colorado.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you're gonna make one, do it right.
Yeah, and that's not AVP.
At least we got South Park.
Yeah, I mean, you can make a case to say AVP2 is better than Alien Resurrection. I mean, I would say almost Alien Covenant, but I just don't even want to say that because I think certain things in Covenant pays off. And nothing pays off in AVP2.
Not a single thing.
Nothing pays off. I mean, if you think about it, the funniest thing is AVP and Prometheus end exactly the same way. Exactly the same way.
Well, yeah, I guess you're right, huh?
Yeah. Hilarious.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
Blew your fucking mind, huh?
Yeah. Didn't really pay out either way.
Yeah. Literally, it's both shots of a back of a ship with space behind it, and then a dude on a table, and then that is both the way those end.
Yeah. Completely right.
Yeah, and I think that's so crazy. So we have so many mixed feelings and emotions about this. We really went into an open pool of just real opinion, man. I don't know if I've ever dived into Alien that much.
I mean, I don't know.
I feel a little high from it.
Yeah.
Natural high.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
natural high.
Yeah, thanks for listening to Go to the Movies. This is our newest podcast that goes against the grind. If you didn't know of our 2-week schedule, we just want to tell you what's coming up too. There's a couple movies coming up that we are going to be watching that will be part of the Goes to the Movies series. So, Steven, what's coming up next month?
Baby Driver.
Baby Driver.
Baby Driver. If you would have asked me half a year ago, would you be excited for a movie called Baby Driver? I would have been like, fuck you, get out of my house. But now, I am ready for this movie.
Dude, it looks so good.
Everythed about it.
The direction, his name's Baby, which leads to obviously women just falling head over heels for you.
Baby.
You know what I mean?
I'm falling for
Kevin
him.
Spacey, John Berthold, the Punisher.
Yeah.
I mean, Jamie Foxx, everything is going to set up so great. And he's driving a STI WRX, and oh man,
his name's Baby.
Good. His name's Baby.
Enough said.
His name's Baby, yo.
I'm going to change my name to Baby. Start calling me Baby.
Baby Scott Horn. That's gonna be your name. You're gonna have
I'm gonna have to ditch the last name.
Just Baby.
Just Baby.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah.
You're like James Bond.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now there's gonna be another movie that we're gonna do out, but we're gonna put this as the podcast. We're kind of cheating here. Goes to the Movies though will be Baby Driver. Because I feel like that's just hype.
Baby.
And it's new, and I'm just psyched for it.
Yeah.
But me and Joel will be returning to the topic of The Mummy as part of the 2-week podcast. So, I mean, they're all on the same subscription, guys. If you're subscribing to it, you're going to get both, you know? It's not too hard. I'm just saying maybe check it just to see if there's a new episode before next Wednesday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do it.
So it's as easy as that. I'm excited for The Mummy. I've talked a lot about The Mummy. I have the high hopes for it. I just don't know how it's going to do. Actually, which leads me to the July release of Spider-Man. Okay, I think this movie's going to do good, right? But there's nothing in the movie trailer that makes me think it's going to do good.
Well, they also released the entire movie in a trailer.
Yeah, pretty much.
We know everything basically.
Yeah. He's going to There's going to be the boat scene somewhere at the beginning of the movie. He's going to lose his suit. He's going to have to learn to use his power without his suit. He's going to be in this weird homemade suit, and then he's going to defeat the Vulture in the suit because Tony Stark's going to give him back. That's the movie.
That's just all it is. But am I gonna watch it? Yeah. Because Spider-Man is he's my favorite character.
And what's gonna make Spider-Man good is the fact that Tom Holland is going to be great, and I think they're going to really give him good lines, good writing. Maybe they did, but I think all the small details in this movie will be the best part about it.
Yeah.
Oh, the way he did this, the way he acted like this, that scene.
The score's coming along
Yeah.
nicely, too.
Yeah, I think so. I think that'll be good.
Yeah.
But another thing is that they have the shot of him being spread out again, shooting webs to both sides, trying to hold something together.
That is kind of...
They do that all the time.
That totally... that should have been like an iconic kind of like Easter egg that they threw in the movie that you didn't see in the trailer.
Yeah, you're like, oh, did it again.
But no, they're like, you've seen this, right? And it's like, yeah, we have.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're thinking, but
it's got to be good.
It has to be good.
It's got to be good.
It's got to be good.
It'll be so weird if it's not good.
And then you see the casting for Venom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Tom Hardy. Dope.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, like we're already talking. We were talking about
hype.
Michael Fassbender all movie. I love Michael Fassbender, but you know who else I love just as much as Michael Fassbender? Tom Hardy.
Just as much, man. I feel like Tom Hardy is definitely a deeper love.
I don't know. I love them both.
Getting back to Michael Fassbender, I kind of want to throw something at you real quick. This might scare you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So far, you remember our old friend Gerard Butler, right?
Yeah.
Action guy, right?
Yeah.
Successful dude. Not in his prime. In his prime.
Yeah.
Okay. And then he kind of tapered off, right?
Yeah.
And now we kind of don't see him at all, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I've never watched Olympus Has Fallen, and I never will.
Okay. Exactly.
Yeah.
And it was to be terrible. Okay.
Yeah. Or London Has Fallen.
I've seen this whole big thing about how he just doesn't sell good. He was in his grind. He had a lot of really good roles, and then all of a sudden, like his acting and things started to shine through, and then he just wasn't bringing numbers in. Okay,
yeah. I
hope Michael Fassbender is not the next Gerard Butler, because
Gerard Butler was an alcoholic. I have no idea. I'm totally making up rumors.
That was fucking awesome. Okay, but no, seriously, here, get serious, bro.
Yeah,
he is going to be 2 blockbusters in that are going to be considered bad at some point. Like, at least because right now Alien Covenant has good Rotten Tomato scores, which is funny because, okay, this is also, there's so many things that I want to talk about right now at the end. Number one, this whole experience of Alien Covenant has made sure that I know that I'm evolving as someone that critiques things, because at first I kind of thought that I was the guy. I was like, fuck, maybe I'm that guy that just can't see a bad movie, you know what I mean? When everybody says things are bad around me, I'm like, I thought that was pretty good, and I thought that I was that guy, and I was like, fuck, and I was kind of worried about that. But now this movie, like, I understand what not liking a fucking terrible movie is, in my opinion, you know what I mean? So I'm evolving, Steven. How great is that?
I've known that too, because I watched the first episode of Preacher. I was like, yeah, this ain't happening.
I haven't watched Preacher yet.
Yeah, not good. Don't watch it.
Everybody says it's fantastic.
Yeah, well, they are dumb.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck's wrong.
So it's like how I feel Covenant, you feel Preacher. That's understandable,
exactly.
bro. That's understandable.
You just you see a movie and you know when it's good or not.
Yeah.
And I think if you can see stuff coming, generally you're like, I don't know about this, but it was still fun. You want to know a better movie? Passengers.
I mean, Preacher isn't a movie, but yeah.
Well, I mean,
just better entertainment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, compared to Alien Covenant.
Oh yeah.
Like if you're gonna watch Passengers,
and Alien Covenant has a better score than Passengers, which isn't right. And now think about this, Steven. We were people that believed in Suicide Squad. Wouldn't you rather watch Suicide Squad than Alien Covenant?
Oh, yeah, I'd rather watch
10-1.
Yeah.
10-1.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah,
that's the politics of Rotten Tomatoes, dude.
Yeah.
And what's funny is when you
did you see the score before you saw the movie?
Yeah, I usually track all that stuff.
Okay.
but
I didn't see it for this one.
So that was another thing too, is that it has a 70, bro. I was expecting a good movie. Like I was expecting and what's weird is all the reviews, they're like, this movie's really good, but it just doesn't do these things, but I'm gonna give it a positive score. And then it's like, that's weird, because like everybody is like, it's pretty good, but it's bad too. But then you have Suicide Squad, which is better than Alien Covenant in my opinion, and just get terrible scores. Man, hypocrisy of that shit is crazy. Prometheus, by the way, also has like a 72 or 78. And I think now, considering a lot of people don't really like that, or like
Yeah.
how you kind of said it just didn't pay out in the right way.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking weird shit, huh?
What score did Life get again?
Life got like an 80, and I wanted to bring that up
Yeah.
because I brought that up to Corey last night. Corey was kind of upset that we saw the movie without
Yeah.
him, right? Well, I told him, now, do you remember what I said about Life? I said Life was good, but it was just Alien, and that's what I didn't like about Life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
thought it was a good movie, though.
I
And
thought it was
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
I thought it was all right.
Yeah.
But now after watching this, it's like it was better than this.
Yeah. Life was like
Yeah.
Life did better at Alien than Alien did this
did.
year, and that happens. You know what I mean? The thing is we're not going to get Life 2 or Life, right? Or what's it called?
Yeah, Life.
Yeah. We're not going to get Life 2.
That's not gonna happen.
You know?
And see, and that's the thing is with Alien, it's still just that iconic. You know,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
still just rooted in something where it's not going away.
Yeah.
And it's so hard for another movie to become Alien.
Yeah.
You know, I bet that was, you know, their one thing is what if somehow Life could become like the next Alien or something.
I feel like
Not
that
gonna
movie
happen.
couldn't have been that much money either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I still think that'll make more money than what it spent. You know what I mean? Like,
Probably.
it's just inside shots of a ship mostly, or inside, like, caves, and then if not, it's just landscape shots. No money to shoot in the wilderness, bro. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm... It's just weird, though. I feel like there's no way it's not going to make more than it spent.
And of course we say that without knowing like the
We
technicalities
don't.
of
We are
filmmaking and everything.
assuming that,
Yeah.
definitely. But I feel like my assumptions.
Yeah,
are
it's
right.
probably yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like I mean, it definitely didn't cost any more than this movie.
Yeah.
Than Alien Covenant.
Yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
way. There's no way. And if it did, then I don't know. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Well, yeah, I was actually originally saying Alien Covenant. Alien Covenant wasn't that much. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see.
But Life, yeah. If you're
Yeah,
still
yeah.
comparing it to Life, same exact thing.
Yeah.
Couldn't have been that much. Shots of space cannot be that hard to make.
Yeah.
That is a lot of black, bro. A lot of black, a lot of speckles.
Yeah.
You know, and then one circle. That is a space shot. Okay.
You're not wrong.
So
You're not wrong.
so
But then it comes down to how much you paying them actors.
yeah, which
Yeah.
there was nobody to pay in this movie.
Not in this one,
I mean-
but in
I
Life
mean,
there was more.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Maybe
feel-
maybe like what did cost a little more money? Who knows?
Who knows? Well, I mean, Michael
we can easily
Fassbender
look at
probably
the
was a good
budget.
price.
Yeah.
Michael Fassbender was a good price.
Yeah.
Yeah. Danny McBride probably didn't cost that much.
No, I bet he was probably one.
was
of
probably-
he was probably one of their paid. Cost him a little bit more.
But
and
I still think that, like, compared to everybody else in
how much
Hollywood,
do you think James Franco cost?
I bet you James Franco's cameo was more than
Cost
either that everybody or just not Michael Fassbender, not Danny McBride, but everybody else in the movie.
They probably had like a whole bunch of scenes for him ready and everything, and they're like, "All right, this is how much it's gonna cost," and they're like, "Well, we changed it due to our budget. This is how much we're gonna have you in the movie."
Yeah, sorry, we were gonna have you die awesomely.
Yeah,
by
you were
the
gonna be a
alien or
hero
something. Yeah,
because you're
yeah,
fucking
a
James
hero.
Franco.
A hero would have been so much better. My boy Franco got so
My
mistreated.
boy Franco.
Like, you think Joker and Suicide Squad's a shame. Franco and the Alien Covenant. Oh, woe is me.
Yeah, like why?
Woe is me.
Why?
Oh, that was pretty good, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us. That was a great cast. If you haven't, check us out on social media, bro. What are you doing,
Do it.
dude?
I mean, you're probably on it right now.
You're
anyways.
probably on it. You do
Right
it while
now.
you do like 90% of other tasks.
You just liked that girl's comment, and now you're regretting it. You should you have done it? Probably not.
Probably not.
She's gonna think it's weird.
You probably were
Especially
scrolling.
since she posted it last year.
Yeah, you don't like pics from
Fucking
last year. That's
crazy
weird. Yeah, you
motherfucker.
can't do that.
What's wrong with you? Listen to us more, and you'll make those mistakes.
Yeah, that's a message. I mean, unless if I feel like you've had a good time with this person, then maybe you go into it and then you like it, and then because then it's like you already have they already know that you like them. You probably know that they like you, and then it's like, oh, he was looking through my stuff, looking at my pics. That's nice.
Well, then what it really comes down to is, oh, he's a stalker. Do I really care? I don't know.
Fuck.
Yeah.
You sold that one
Yeah,
too.
that's all it is.
I feel like if there was
That's
some type
them,
of
they're
relationship
yeah.
already built, then maybe that'd been okay. But yeah, maybe not.
Yeah,
It's
no.
never
Either
okay
way,
to
you're
go
a
into
stalker.
past pics.
No, it's weird either way. Unless you're making fun of the person. If you're burning them, then it's completely okay.
Fuck, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
If you're burning them, then it's completely all right.
I
So
mean,
then you just go back and
yeah,
be
'cause
like,
then you're
remember this,
cool.
you piece
then
of
you're
shit.
cool. Like you're
Exactly.
like it's like an overcoming
Exactly.
moment, like a triumphant thing.
Yeah,
But if
you
you're
go
looking
back
at someone
and
online, it's
remember
like
this,
a dark.
Yeah.
It's a dark thing, like on the web that you do at your house when no one's like with you and you're just alone and
Yeah.
you're looking at your.
Generally,
pictures.
you don't realize it too.
Oh,
You're just
shit.
like, do
And then you
look at
kind
this person's
yeah,
pictures.
and then you look at it and you're like, whoa, what am I doing? Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
Or
You're
or
right.
you don't realize it till you like it, and they say, "Did you just like this comment from 2 years ago?"
And then they DM you. And
Yep.
that's
Yeah, that's probably what would happen. Or the next time you see them, they're like,
yeah.
"Yeah, you shouldn't have done that, dude."
Yeah. Wow, you're
Good
pretty
job.
good. Well, while you're doing all that stuff, check us out on Twitter and Instagram at GBW Podcasts and Facebook.com/Fandom Talk. So thanks
Please.
for that. GBW out.
Thanks for listening. Like what you hear? Subscribe now and feel free to drop us a rate and review. Stay current with all things Geeks Between Worlds.